I thought we played well. We really did. I thought, we talked about it yesterday, and you saw a great focus, but it's one game, and that's the thing about it is that. But you saw a great focus in practice during the week. Everyone really knows the situation and what we need to do, and we really believe in ourselves. And but like I said, it's one game, and we've got to produce tomorrow night as well. It's the first thing I said to him after the game. I thought we did a great job defensively. I really did. I thought we took away dribble penetration, and that's something that we really had to work on. And we did a nice job on the boards and took care of the ball. I think we had seven turnovers. So, and we took care of the basketball, and that's a big part of it. And we're going to play against a Bemidji team tomorrow that they've got nothing to lose by any means. And but like I told them in the locker room, I don't care who we're playing. We got to continue to take away dribble penetration. We got to rebound. We got to communicate, and we got to make great decisions on the offensive end and take care of the ball. And that's what we're looking for tomorrow night, as well, like tonight.
You want your team to start fast and start hard and to play well from the start. And sometimes, a number of times this season you haven't done that. Tonight you did. You can see like you came out focused, ready, intense, and ready to play.
Yeah, I think that. With the lineup that we had out there, well, some people would say we went smaller, but we went with the lineup as we've done, where we've got perimeter shooters, and I think it's a little bit more difficult when you have someone like a John Wahlberg that can go out on that per three and cover them. So it gives you better driving lanes. But I thought we had some great patience offensively to get those wide open shots, and just making that extra pass, which I think made a difference. And we need to continue to score inside. There's no ifs or buts about that, and that's something that we're going to for tomorrow and into next week. We definitely have to do a little bit more scoring inside. And I thought in that second half they went to the zone defense, and we did an okay job, a decent job. But I think one of the things that I was happy about was that we had to make an adjustment, and even though we might not have scored in a couple possessions, then we had stops at the defensive end, and then we did come down and we did convert, which I think forced them to go back to man-to-man.
I think the overall performance on the next team got some points for you. Cameron coming in some good things. I mean, you go up down your lineup, and just about everybody played well.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think it's one of those things where the part I'm happiest about is that there was threats from 5 players that were out there on the floor. May have been, Kellen Taylor driving the ball to the basket, or even Taylor Cameron coming into the game and spelling Ben and hitting a big 3 for us, and he drove the ball to the basket and got fouled. And so I think, it doesn't mean you have to have 15, 18 points, but when you're in there and you're able to give us, 6, 8 points, it makes a big difference. It really does.
You mentioned before that 90% of this game is mental.
Yep.
Are you in a good place mentally right now?
Currently, yeah, but ask me that same question tomorrow. I think, one of the things was that, I think you go, like I said, it's one game. Last week we played a nice game against Moorhead, and then we lose the game the second night. And, it's one of those things where you got to look in the mirror and you got to put some things together. So I thought we played a heck of a game tonight. I really did. And did I expect us to win by this big a margin? Absolutely not. I think, Gary Holquist does a great job at Duluth, and he's got some very talented players. Rasmussen at the point he's really, really tough, and but it's one of those things where you kind of rise to the occasion. You're at home, at a nice crowd, and you kind of feel on that energy. Well, now we got a team coming in that, if I'm correct, I think it's their last game, You know, I believe so, and you know, they're going to come in gangbusters, and they want to. Hey, I'd want to leave on a good note myself. You know, if I'm ending a season, so you know, you talk about mentally being prepared. We got to be prepared tomorrow because of the fact that every single game is so important, and you know, you want to build that confidence, and so you know. A Bemidji team that I think has some really good athletes on them, and they're going to be a tough team to really, you know, they got so many guys, they got 5 guys that are in double figures a lot of times, and we've got to contain them and take away those, you know, those open looks and you know, their moves penetrating to the basket. So it's going to be a difficult job, and they played, you know, what would they do against Mankato? Yeah, I think it was a 2-point game, you know, something like that, you know, and I believe it was at Mankato, you know, so, I mean, they're a dangerous team, and, you know, in our league, you can't look by anybody, and that's the thing about it when you talk about mentally being focused. It's not who you're playing, it's yourselves, and you're mentally prepared on any given night, and I don't give it, you can't print this, but, you know, you really do, and that's really important.
Last week showed that. I mean,
you bet.
And that last week was a perfect example of anybody. I mean, Kirkston, bottom of the league, step
yep.
up and do it.
You know, and I really did. I really thought we moved the basketball tonight offensively extremely well, and we're real, you know, unselfish. It was getting people the ball that were open, and you know what, Anthony Tucker had 10 or 8 points or something like that, but he hit a couple big shots for us. But at the same time, we know teams really focus on him, and he's making other people around him better players on that, you know, on the team. So, you know, I think that was a good thing and a good stepping stone for us.
Sometimes, you know, as watching this year, it seems like you know, you're playing hard, but you're not playing with, you know, that emotion, that fire, that passion for the game. A number of players showed that. You know,
they did.
Early, and it seemed, did you sense that coming around, that they played better with that?
I think you sensed it. You know, I can't grasp it real well, but I watch these guys, and it's a I guess I want to call them a blue collar, you know, working team. Is that they don't get so fired up on a win, and they're kind of even keeled. They understand what needs to be done, and sometimes I think that's a good thing. But then again, sometimes I wish they would have a little bit more emotion. But they support each other, and that's a big thing. And that's you know, as I think I said to you, was it yesterday? You know, we talked a little bit, and I just mentioned the fact that, you know, you've got, you know, I was mentioning about, you know, getting some team stuff going together for maybe next year. But you know, it's a team that really does get along extremely well, and so I think they really do support each other, and I think you see that on the bench. So you get some guys that get a little fired up a little bit more than others. But you know, Anthony Tucker, he's real low key. John Wahlberg, he likes to fist pump, you know, but. It's just the way he is, personalities.